Hello everyone and welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist, where we dissect the hottest topics shaking Nigeria. And today, we are diving deep into his recent interview with Senator Orji Uzo Kalu on Politics Today. He touched on two very sensitive and critical national issues: the ongoing legal battle of Nnamdi Kanu and the controversial demolition of properties in Lagos State, which has significantly affected many Igbo traders. Senator Kalu's responses have sparked quite a conversation, and we are going to explore what he said, what it means, and my critical take on his stance. So sit back and watch this.
Let's get to the serious matter of perhaps I should begin with what came out of court today. In fact, yesterday, there seems to be a very heated debate between the Speaker of the House and a lawmaker from, federal lawmaker from Abia State, who stood up as a matter of privilege and saying that there is a need for Nnamdi Kanu to be released for medical checks. And there are those who are campaigning on the outside also that the man should be let go. But you are a leader from the state, a former governor, a senator representing Abia State, and those who are asking for Nnamdi Kanu. This, on one hand, has to do, it has a judicial angle to it, and it does has a political angle to it. How best do you think? You're a very good friend to the president. You're a son of Abia State, and you are in the center of all of this. What are you asking for?
Well, thank you, Sean. You know, this case is before a court of competent jurisdiction, and I'm not sure it's a very good thing for me to come out openly to start canvassing my opinion without knowing the opinion of the judge. And on the point of the presidency, I think the president is also watching the judiciary axis. Remember, all of us are doing backdoor diplomacy as much as we can because of the respect, utmost respect I have for the judiciary. I cannot make Justice Omotosha look like a fool by discussing his case before a television station. And the president knows we have been talking to him on how best to resolve this issue. And I'm sure very soon the president will find how best it will be resolved. It's before a court of competent jurisdiction.
Is this matter a top priority on the table of President Tinubu?
I cannot say because I'm not present.
But you spoke to him
but,
about it.
I've discussed this with him many times, and
what was his reaction?
I cannot tell you what I discussed with the president.
I mean, it's not impossible. Me. You're telling the people.
No,
people in Abia State.
No. I cannot tell them what I discussed with the president. It's a privilege for me to have spoken to the president. So.
But what would you like? I mean, and I'm not asking you to discuss
what
the
I
meat
like
of the
is
matter.
for them to solve the problem amicably.
Politically, rather.
Yes, after the judiciary pronouncement, because it's before a court. The Attorney General is there. Anybody can approach. The right process of discontinuing a case can be done by the Attorney General of Federation and not by people shouting either in the television or in their houses. We should respect Justice Omotosha. And this is what I've always told Nigerians. We must respect the decision of our courts.
So your own prayer would be that Nnamdi Kanu should be allowed to go home so that you think that this will allow for permanent peace in the southeast?
It will bring everybody equally. My decision is I cannot decide for the court now, but I have spoken to the president my opinion, and president have my opinion, and some of the legal people have my opinion, and I cannot say my opinion before you because this case is before Justice Omotosha.
And I'm not asking you to discuss what is before Justice. I'm just saying what your opinion cannot conflict.
It's only Nigeria.
You're not discussing whether Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist or
not. No. It doesn't make any meaning. Whatever it is, there is a need to come together and work out something between the federal government and that family. So I still believe that is possible.
Look at what happened with Simon Ekpa in the Finnish court. and what we are seeing in the Southeast. Before Simon Ekpa was being arrested, and the federal government in Nigeria, and I had spoken with the CDS at the time, and in fact I asked him the question at the town hall when he told me about what their plans, the prayer to the Finnish government, about the activities of Simon Ekpa all the way in Finland and how it's affecting the Southeast region of the country. Sit at home, and it does look like there seems to be some calm in the Southeast region. What do you make of the Simon Ekpa situation and how it has been handled so far?
No, I cannot discuss such things.
Why not?
Now? Because I have told you, I've discussed this matter with authorities, high authorities in Nigeria.
That was Nnamdi Kanu's matter.
Whether Ekpa's son, I've also discussed with the authorities in Nigeria.
You seem to be a bit politically. You are trying to be political. Is it because this is going to affect you politically?
No.
Careful.
Listen to me. You know my position about national issues. Because this case is before Justice Omotosha.
Simon Ekpa's case is not before.
No, all of them are the same. They are before a court of competent.
The case of Simon Ekpa is not before Nigerian court. And I'm asking that since that case has been handled by the court in Finland, there seems to be a relative peace.
Was that your question?
That was my question about Simon Ekpa. And the fact that
since Simon Ekpa is not there will be relatively peace in the Southeast. I'm not sure that is Nnamdi Kanu's group that are pushing for these problems. But if there is a way that we can sum up all political something and come together and agree on something, and where I have mentioned option A, B, C, D to the authorities, and if the authorities agree with what I profile, there will be peace very soon if they agree with respect to Justice Omotosha's court.
You are one that has told me, and I remember this was several years ago, it's about 14 years ago now, or 13 years ago, I interviewed you in your Victoria Island house in Lagos when you told me that the Igbos are marginalized, and you've said it recently to me also that the Igbos are marginalized. Look at what is happening in Lagos, for example. There are some senators who went to the trade fair complex and who said, like, whatever has happened there is some kind of marginalization. How do you see this?
Yes, you can say that. You have not had, I'm sure that people have not used, when President Tinubu was Governor Tinubu, I was Governor Orji Kalu in Abia. We had a long run that we were able to settle those matters. There were houses built on canals. I went to Aspanda, I went to Alaba Market, I went to Oshodi Market. On many occasions with Governor Tinubu then now President Tinubu. We inspected all those things, and we were able to call town planners and how to ameliorate the sufferings of the people. And I'm sure Governor Showolu cannot wake up and want to suffer the Igbos. But if that is what they are doing, it is not the rightful thing to do. They could have come to a middle cross road. You have breaking the law, and this is the penalty of breaking the law, and this is what you will do. If, when President Tinubu was Governor Tinubu, we sorted those things out, myself and him. And we were able to have a common ground.
The position of the Lagos State government here is that they've given notices, and there is also this issue about the federal government and the state government, who has the control over land and its usage, and who owns the property, where the federal government's own property resides in a particular state, who has the upper hand, who is in control, who is in charge, whether or not those inhabitants or those who own those structures have legitimately gotten the right of occupancy or the right to erect those properties from the Lagos State. There are a lot of questions.
No, usually it's strong. When the land is by water, you set back. Some are owned by federal government, some are owned by the state government. I cannot see, I'm still going to go to Lagos. I'll make effort to reach to Governor Showolu and his authorities. I'm going to see those things by myself, because if government has said they are set aside and you contravene it, and notices have been given to you, Both parties, I'm just saying, because of the economic, Lagos state government might be right. Because of economic problems, they could have resented by not going to pull down the buildings and find a better solution. I'm not saying when you do what you're not supposed to do, you are wrong. But because
it could be that some of your brothers there were
yes,
wrong.
they might be wrong. Why not? Because if I gave a setback and you did not follow the setback, the house will be pulled down.
Powerful stops there from Senator Orji Kalu. Let's break down his responses on these two highly sensitive issues. First, regarding the legal battle surrounding Nnamdi Kanu, Senator Kalu maintains a very clear position. The matter is before a competent court and he respects the judicial process. He emphasized that it wouldn't be appropriate for him to openly discuss the specifics of the case, especially without knowing the judge's opinion. However, he did reveal that he has engaged in a backdoor diplomacy with the president on how best to resolve these issues amicably. Interestingly, he firmly refused to disclose the details of these discussions or the president's reaction, citing it as a privilege. He reiterated that all Nigerians must respect the decision of our courts. Next, on the contentious issue of property demolition by the Lagos state government, particularly in areas like Trade Fair Complex, Senator Kalu expressed a dual perspective. He acknowledged that if properties are built in violation of regulations, particularly on canals, then owners are wrong. However, he also strongly suggested that due to the prevailing economic hardship, the Lagos state government should have explored better solutions than outright demolition. He mentioned that during his time as governor of Abia, he and the then governor Bola Tinubu in Lagos resolved similar issues by engaging with affected parties, inspecting sites like Alaba Market and Oshodi Market, and finding common grounds to alleviate the suffering of the people. He stated his intention to personally visit Lagos and speak with Governor Sanwo-Olu and his authorities to understand the situation and encourage a more empathetic approach. Now, my critical take on Senator Kalu's statement. It appears Senator Orji Uzo Kalu is walking a very careful political tightrope, particularly on the Nnamdi Kanu issue. His insistence on respecting the judiciary is a safe and constitutional correct stance. However, his simultaneous revelation of backdoor diplomacy with the president coupled with his refusal to disclose details suggests a strategic move. He wants to be seen as influential and working towards a resolution of Kanu, especially to his people in the southeast, without openly challenging the government or preempting the court. This allows him to maintain credibility with both federal authorities and those advocating for Kanu's release, avoiding taking a definitive public position that could alienate either side. To me, it highlights a delicate balance politicians often attempt to strike in highly charged national security matters. On the demolitions of properties in Lagos, his comment also reflects a similar political calculation. While he correctly states that building illegally is wrong, his immediate shift to emphasizing economic hardship and advocating for final solution instead of demolition is a clear appeal to the sentiments of the affected Igbo traders. He's essentially saying, yes, you were wrong, but the government should have been more compassionate given the current economic climate. His reference to his past collaborations with President Tinubu, then governor, in resolving similar issues in Lagos positions him as someone with historical success in finding amicable solutions. Subtly critiquing the current Lagos state government's handling of the matter, his plan to visit Lagos and engage with the governor directly further underscores his desire to be seen as an active intervener and a voice for the marginalized without directly condemning the actions that have already taken place. This approach is about balancing legal correctness with political and ethnic empathy. In essence, Senator Orji Uzo Kalu's interview is a masterclass in political maneuvering, showcasing how leaders navigate complex legal, political, and ethnic dynamics. He champions respect for the rule of law while simultaneously pushing for diplomatic and empathetic solutions to contentious national issues. It is clear that the path to national healing and unity remains multifaceted. What do you think about Senator Kalu's statement? Do you agree with his approach, or do you think he should have been more direct? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, Share it with your friends and subscribe to Oba's Trending Gist for more in-depth analysis. Until next time, stay informed and keep the conversation going.